48, something like that. So it's just that switch. So I said, well, let me take something, for my respiratory, so that I don't end up, with anything sickly or anything like that. But anyway, welcome to Uncensored with the Glam. Um, I hope everyone notices the new flyer that we have. We have an interview coming up. We're going to be talking with Like No, and that's going to be Saturday, March 1st. We're going to be talking with him. And what we're going to be talking about is the Toledo, where the girl was missing in Toledo. Like No has stated, there's a lot more to the story. So he's going to give us um, some more information in regards to, yeah, he's going to give some more information in regards to what was going on in Toledo. Okay. Um, why is my background not okay? Um, yeah, so let me just do this because I'm not feeling this. Okay. So yeah, so I said, okay. So when he sent me the information and told me what was going on, excuse me, I did find it very interesting. Um, and yeah, okay. Well, I don't want to give out too much. So anyway, guys, definitely I need your support. Come out Saturday, March 1st, and support the broadcast. That is the beginning of the month. New tiers, new money. So we're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Also, I'm looking. Hey, State Farm, I'm looking for recruiters. Okay, looking for recruiters. Okay, so if anyone wants to recruit. Recruiting means you're bringing hosts to the agency. You work for the agency, okay? So recruiters and agents, okay? And agents. So definitely just inbox me, let me know, and I would definitely, talk with you and see what we can work. Definitely see what we can work out. Recruiting pays really good, guys. If I must say so myself, you know what I'm saying. I was recruiting before I became an agency owner. I recruited, and it really helps you with your tiers if you're a host. Um, and know this too. I'm going to be hitting some other platforms because they don't have to be from Bigo. I prefer it, I kind of prefer if they're not from Bigo, but they do not have to be from Bigo to recruit. Okay. All right. So just wanted to throw those things out there. Now, also, guys, like I said, we're going to talk about this today. I know everyone's been talking about it. This is going to be my last time mentioning it. And I'm only mentioning it because I listened to Kevin's live last night. Whew. And I just really believe this is really coming to a head. I believe this is the finale. I really do believe this is the finale of this whole escapade. Okay. Um, because yeah, Kevin really, if I must say so, I can't say that. Only thing I can say that was true that Kevin said is, but with the evidence of what he presented, okay, but that part I could say, okay, yeah, he was telling the truth. Did I make sense, guys, when I just said that? Okay, I hope I did. But yeah, this is coming to a head. This is definitely coming to a head. And I don't know Miss Post, but that that was kind of sketchy for me. Because you can't say who's on the other end if you're not talking to them. And
Right.
there was two other people on the CA, two other people. Now, my question kept being is when did Miss Regina stop that CA? Because remember, she said stop the CA. When did she say stop the CA? Because what Miss Post says she stopped it in May. She stopped sending in May. Okay, but when did Regina see what I took from that is they removed Regina from the CA, but the CA kept
Oh,
going.
Yeah, it did. It
because
sure
she
did.
said, because Regina said, stop the CA. I don't want any more because no one, remember, no one was, she said no one was really giving to the CA anymore.
Right.
Okay. So she came on a couple of times and was, basically dry begging, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She was
Mm-hmm.
dry begging. And so, because the money has slowed up, she stated. Okay, so but what about May? Okay, so Miss Post stopped in May, and see, we kept focusing on Miss Post.
Right.
Miss Post, Miss Post was a small entity of this because everybody started leaving. So, like Miss Post said, it wasn't a lot of money coming in no more. I believe and this is allegedly, I believe TK switched all them people over to Llama that was in that agency when she left.
And not for nothing, not for nothing, we're gonna wake it up. Big 22. Big 20 got some of them people too. From what I heard, Miss Lamb, from the Vigo Street, Big 20, a lot of them went over to that agency too. So it wouldn't be hard to see the money going a lot of ways, but anybody gonna say that. Cause see, Llama really ain't the agency owner. His girl posted is. But I look at it as, why is it focused on just the agency when it was more to him than just that? What about the donations? What about people that was just giving? They worry
Hmm.
about the working folks. Worry about the people that's just giving out their pocket from the kindness of their heart, Miss Graham. That's the real money
Well, it
that
was,
nobody they want
yeah.
on Miss Post. Miss Post was doing work in the business, but people were every day she was asking for $1 for Pastor P81. We gonna wake it
Hmm.
up. That's how I got my attention
Hmm.
every day. And we talking about TK now, not Miss Post. So what
Yeah, that's
about
what I
them?
said. Right, Miss Post, her part, and I wasn't feeling that either. Just throw that out there. I wasn't feeling that. But okay, that's one stream right there.
Mm-hmm.
But it was multiple streams coming in. And
Mm-hmm.
then I saw over in the best of social media where they were asking for $10 instead of that dollar.
Yeah,
So where did that go? Because that would be
exactly.
August.
Exactly.
That will be
So
August.
according to Miss Regina herself, when she received the CA, she only received $2,000 in the account. So that means what? 20 people gave 20. You know what I'm saying? $10.
Well, no, 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 no. Go back. When she was talking about the two K, that's
Uh
when it
huh.
first started. That's when everything
See.
first started. It was $2,000 in there, but remember when it first started, that was Keith's original. That was his
Oh my
original
God.
cash app.
It was
Okay,
the
so
working first,
Shay,
Miss Lane.
yeah, so Shay had that one. So that was the original one. So they started just donating to the original ones for 2 months
Wow.
until Regina found out that it was a CA out here. Okay, that's when the
Wow.
problem came in. She found out there was a CA that was being donated, that money was going to that for Keith. That's when all the trouble started because somebody reported Keith's Cash App and that one got
Wow.
shut down. That's when they started another one, which was
What? Oh,
Pastor.
wow. That's even worse,
That
Miss
was
Lane.
exactly. So then that's when it went to Pastor P 81. Okay. That's when,
Wow.
right. So they asked Shay, well, Shay, give me your information. And Shay was like, no, I'm not giving up my banking information. I don't want to, I'm good. I don't want to be involved. She originally came on, and she came on Bigo and stated that. I need to find that video. She came
Yeah,
on and said, she came on and said, I'm good. I don't want no parts of this
Miss Lamb.
with the
This
money. Okay.
this
So
is out the door.
she only received something. for 2 months that we know of. Okay. Now they keep trying to throw shade in this they're trying to see, and that's what I'm not feeling. They trying to pass the buck now. But
Yeah.
even back then, when they kept trying to say Shay was stealing, how in the hell is the woman stealing from a man she's sleeping with? This her
For
man.
years. For years
Y'all
too,
the
Miss Wayne.
yeah, y'all the one dipping in the pot,
Don't got no business having their hands in it.
but talking about she's stealing. How's she stealing?
And what
And
got
her
Miss
name. hmm Go ahead. Go ahead.
can I just say, you really shocked me when you said about the original one that was originally Pastor P's uh cash app. They was getting money donated to. So we don't
Exactly.
know. This ain't even half of it, Miss Glenn. This is just pitiful. This ain't even half. Cause how we gonna know that
Yeah.
knowing that cash app? Mm.
Yeah, because it started off with his own cash app. That's how
Wow.
the one where people sent the dollar a day to. It started off with
Mm.
that cash app until they reported it because see Shay had that cash app. So they reported that
Mm-hmm.
cash app because they didn't want her to have it. That's what I'm thinking. They didn't want her involved in that. So they reported that cash app and got that one shut down. Then they recreated another one. That was Nunu. Miss
Wow.
Regina did not create that cash app. Nunu did. And Nunu came on live and said she created it. But when
I
she
remember.
created it, she put her butt on there and she put Tommy K on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And guess I'm quite sure who directed her to do that. None other than the scamster herself. Cause that don't make no
Exactly.
sense. Her name should have been
Exactly.
nowhere on it. She ain't got no dog
E-
in the fight.
Exactly. And and I guess the big elephant is what you get a statement from CA. You get a statement.
Mhm.
Okay. There's a history. There's a history. You can print the history out.
Yeah.
So there's no but they won't show the history.
Mm-hmm. Because it will show
So
receiving more than what the lady said. She said, what blew the ship out the water, Miss Glam? And when that lady came up there and said she ain't received nothing.
in 2024.
And that's a whole year. A
But Miss
whole
Post Miss Post is steady saying I didn't stop sending until May of 2024. Okay, but you were still sending it to that Pastor P81. But what month did what I'm gonna have to find that video. I'm gonna have to find that video where Miss Regina said stop the CAs and they stopped Pastor P81. Well, they took her off of it. That's what happened.
I remember that. Because she said she's gonna give it over to Aaliyah now. She supposed to have gave it over to Aaliyah because she was supposed to be tired of the back and forth and she wanted people to see wasn't no money going in there and all this and that. She carried and carried and carried. But if it wasn't no money going in there, you wouldn't want to have control over it from the beginning. That don't make no sense. That's like having a bank account with no money in, no money going in the bank. You don't want that bank account. You waste your time. That lady done played the wrong game with a bunch of people that like the receipts. That like receipts. You can't just tell us that it's raining
Yeah,
and
and
depends.
I'm definitely a black and white person. I am definitely black and white because if it ain't black and white, it didn't happen. Period. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm a numbers
So
woman. Numbers, Miss Lamb. And right now we talk about money. They ain't number numbers. And this show ain't adding up.
mm, no, it's not. No, it's not adding up. But yeah, but my thing is with this guys, excuse me, is this man Keith. So this is going on 3 years in June. 3 years, okay? And I believe his children have only seen him They haven't seen him 5 times. They haven't seen him 3 times that we know of, as far as Aaliyah has stated. And I was wondering, you know, I was really wondering by Aaliyah being so quiet right now. I was wondering if she was I was wondering if she was actually seeing her dad. But Miss Regina answered that for me. No, no,
I
she's
think that
not.
girl numb. I think she numb, Miss Lamb. You keep getting put down by something. It just kind of puts you in a place where, you know what I'm saying? She just gonna wait and see.
Well,
Wait and see.
that's what I believe too. I believe that Aaliyah is just going to just sit, just kind of lay back and rest. That's exactly what I believe. That she's just gonna sit back and just, wait and see, to be able to see her dad. Because like I said, this is going on 3 years, and even with these CAs, we're not crazy. People not crazy. So you believe what you want to believe. We all know that. Hey, Castro, how you doing, honey? Yeah, we all know, this ain't that, at the end of the day. So it's no need, it's really no need, after I'm thinking about it, it's really no need to go in about them cash apps, because we know exactly, um it ain't smelling right. And Kevin really broke it down yesterday for me. Okay, who is Lil Baby?
That's a good question.
Is that a who's Lil Baby? Is that a rapper? I believe that's a rapper.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I heard about that baby. Little black dude.
The black dude. Okay.
Real dark
Well, he's
skin.
he is accused of aliving somebody. So that's what's in the news. They kicked. Okay, so Kurt. So I don't. Loving Hip Hop of Atlanta. I used to watch it in, faithfully, guys. Loving Hip Hop. Well, I know that Kurt and Rashida finally broke up. Rashida should have been left Kurt. But anyway, yeah, so Rashida and Kurt has finally broke up. They kicked him off the show. So okay, adios amigos, bye. Um, Whatever. Okay, so now, all right, in other news, guys, the House passes. The House passes the budget for federal layoff. Okay, so the House has passed that, but the House, is red.
Lord.
I know one thing: the Supreme Court. Wait a second, guys. Give me 1 second. Oh snap! Done. Okay, guys, give me 1 second. The United States, including this graphic right here, is $29 trillion. Okay, so you see the blue line and the black line. Okay, Castro, you want to come up? Right here. Is he still in here? You got the blue line, you got the black line. Okay, so they passed this. It's 2020. Black is 2024. Okay, so when you look at this here, the United States is number one at 29 trillion. It was 27 trillion in 2023. China is 18 trillion. The Chinese economy is $11 trillion less than the United States economy. Okay? All right. Germany is next. Germany is
trillion. Y'all didn't hit me. Y'all didn't hear me, okay?
Okay, so wait a minute. Let me see.
Germany
Let me see
is
what he.
four,
Okay, House passes Trump's budget. Federal layoff. DOE assault. Trump dismantles. Oh wow. Okay, y'all. I guess I don't think I'm gonna go too far into this today. Because at the end of the day, we're gonna have to just make our own plans, if that makes sense. At the end of the day, we just have to make our plans and do what we are going to do is what we're going to have to do. So I just like to touch bases and see what's new, what's kind of what's been happened, because it's hey Dirty Money, hey baby, how you doing? Good to see you. So let me ask a quick question. It's a quick intermission. Have you stopped hosting? All right. So yeah. So they have he's they
4.7 trillion. The United States and China are the only two economies that are in double digits. Japan is 4 trillion.
wait a
India
second.
is 3 point.
Wait a second, guys. I'm going to take an intermission break right here. 1 second. You said what for our beans? Come up for a second. I don't know because I'm not sure what you're talking about. What fraud beans?
Yeah. Lady, lady get to me. She called a damn bank back. Playing.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
he didn't figure out, trying to figure out what's going on. They just
Huh?
had, the lady get to me and took the beans back out. Right.
Okay.
That what happened.
Oh, wow. You
I
know,
ain't
um,
I ain't need no
I'm
do
gonna
that.
Yeah, they can do that. They can definitely do that. And it's really sad because Bigo, there is something new about that out, but they can still do that. They can still call their bank and reverse those charges. And the person that they
Came to my
gifted
bank.
gets hit.
Yeah, they came to my bank and took all that money.
Huh?
That's why I'm just saying. They came to my bank and took all the money back, but I'm there.
Well, they shouldn't have came to your bank. Bigo should have went to your beans and took it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Bigo goes to well, yeah, it's the same thing, your bank. Because when you get paid, when those beans hit your wallet, they take them, which is really bad. That's really bad. I just
Gave it to me.
Yeah, you're breaking up real bad. Can you hear him, sister girl?
A little bit.
Yeah, that's something else, guys. You gotta be real careful, with people that gift you. Because they can gift you and have basically call their bank and say, hey, I want you, I didn't do this. This is that,
Mm.
this is that. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. That's all I'm. Yeah, I ain't know they could do that. That's all I'm.
Yes. Yes. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I, you know, that's the biggest thing here on Bigo, where a host will stop hosting. I had another host, really high tier host, and it happened to him, and he left.
Mm.
He left.
It's crazy how
You
somebody
know,
just give you something and take it back.
huh?
I say it's crazy how somebody just give you something and they take it back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that either. How they can't call the bank and reverse those charges. And and Vigo doesn't do anything about it because pretty much I guess it's their money and they, you know, it's their money so they can do this. You know, but like you said, it's really not fair to the host because Vigo is going to hit your wallet. Okay, Vigo is going to hit your wallet with those illegal beans. They're going to hit your wallet. So we definitely have to be careful with that. But when people gifting you, you just don't know, you know,
Yeah,
and you're
you
not
don't know
expecting people to,
where it come from. You don't know.
well, you can kind of tell where it comes from by the amount of beans it was. Okay, so you can kind of tell because say for instance you get 2K, which is 2,000 beans. Okay, that's 2,000 beans. How you doing? I saw big girls. Oh, really? Okay, great. Yeah, because if someone gives you 2K beans, okay, and Bigo recalls 2K beans, go look on your contribution list. Now, someone may give you 2001 beans or 2002 beans or 2003 beans, but you can kind of narrow it down.
Yeah.
And and you can, address that person. Hey, why you called it back? Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. You know, um, pretty much like, well, why you call the bank and reverse your charges? They might say, oh no, I didn't do that. Oh no, and then you would say, hey, yeah, yes, you did.
That's what they say.
And they're, huh?
That's what they say. Oh, I ain't do that. I ain't do that. I said that.
Yeah, that's what they're going to say. They're going to say, no, I didn't do that, and you can say, no, I had the receipt from Bigo. No, you did it. You know. And then, you know what? I guess my only thing with that is I would tell people don't do business with them. Don't let them gift you.
Right.
I would make it known. Don't that to me that's just like a person doing bad business. That's
Hmm.
bad business. Okay? So I will put that word out there. Don't let them gift you. Don't let that person get you. I will go to every room. I will follow them around. They will get trolled. Okay? Listen to me. I'm an agency owner. This is for agent. Excuse me.
Let, let's get this. Let's get this.
What'd you
Let's get
say?
you out there.
I have to catch myself. But that's just so not cool. That is so not cool to do that. And they, unfortunately people don't care. They don't realize that some people pay a bill or two with their Vigo check.
It's
So
true.
to do that is just it's not right. you know, I was listening to who was that? I think that was Kevin yesterday, and I was listening to what Kevin was saying about his mom. His mom don't understand Bigo. His mom don't understand that Bigo is about money. Bigo is about money. Now
It's
you
entertainment.
if you got well, for some people it's entertainment. For some people, yes, it's entertainment. For me, it's not entertainment for me. I'm more here to make some money and meet some people. The entertainment, is there, for those that are on here for that. But like
Hmm.
Kevin was saying about his mom, she don't understand that lady over there, it's about beans, it's about money. It is about money, boo. So, yeah, some people are on here for that. They are on here for entertainment. you know, and the people that are on here for entertainment, you know. But see, the crazy part too, the people in the comments, they hear they it's the entertainment for them. But guess what?
Mhm.
Them hosts, they could care less about y'all down there in them comments. They want y'all to throw them beans.
And I think that's the big spot right there. 'Cause
Huh?
the comment, because that's the biggest disconnect right there, Miss Lamb. The comments want entertainment, and the hosts just want the beam, and they got to
That's
meet
it.
somewhere in between. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no problem with paying. Like, we pay our cable bill and things like that. Whether you're an
Mm-hmm.
entertainer or you are the one that want to be entertained, this money gonna have to go
Mm-hmm.
out in some fashion or form. Because even being an
Mm-hmm.
entertainer ain't free. Nobody don't want to see you entertaining on a budget. They want to see you entertaining, having a good time, living a
Oh,
life. So not
excuse
for,
me.
not for nothing. I understand some people live vicariously through their hosts. So they want to see them doing things like, you know what I'm saying, going, look, doing something other than sitting at their kitchen table talking trash. To, you know what I'm saying? And I say doing that, Miss Glam, some people that just don't provide no entertainment and just want to collect them beans. It's
Right.
no real
Exactly.
business for them. It just, like you said, here for the purpose that they know if they come here talk junk, somebody gonna be entertained by it. They're gonna throw them some beans. But
Right.
they're on the playground. You
Exactly.
know, that's what they at
Exactly.
it. That was dumb stuff.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, some people want to. Some people like. Some people live in confusion, so that's what they gravitate to. They live in confusion. If your life is in a chaos and in you know, in an uproar, you know, and I'm not gonna say all. I ain't gonna say. Let me retract that. I'm not gonna say all, but you. I don't know. My I guess everybody's entertainment is just different. You know what I'm saying? Because my entertainment, I want to go to an opera. You know, I want to go to a concert. I want to go see a good play. I mean, something like that. Watching people argue, especially people of our that look like me, go back and forth and degrade each other. That's not entertainment for me.
I know, and
It's
some of the
not.
things they say.
Yes, and some of the things that they say, and I saw that person up there when you was in Messy Carter's live the other day, misgender you. You know, and see stuff
Mhm.
like that, stuff like that, and
Exactly.
then he let the woman talk, but then after she finished, you know, he said, "Well, you know that da 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 da." You know, no, you should have dropped her butt out that box immediately.
Mm-hmm. Cause they Miss Glam, I can't. That's what made me stop going around there. Cause they don't understand when you do stuff like that. We know what people do to people who don't identify in their correct gender. So now you're misgendering me. You're putting a target on my back that I can't straighten. These people think they have a right to know. They'll have a
Hmm.
right to go on my clothes. Hey
Hmm.
BBL, but you know it's not. It's those things right there that people don't get. Is what you say does affect what people think. You could be
Hmm.
wrong, and it's not entertaining. I'll go along with a joke and this, that, and that, and the third, but I will not go
Hmm.
down no dangerous road. I don't play with danger. You know what I'm
Hey, Miss
saying? I don't
Heavenly,
like
good
that.
morning. Yeah, right. But that's not that's not right either. Hey, Miss Emily. Oh, I opened up box one. I didn't know that box was open. How you doing this morning? Okay, she must got to get it together. Okay. Yeah, so I just, so like you said, what entertains one may not entertain another. So yeah, those type of things is just not it's not entertaining. I pass through and then, I pretty much keep it moving, for the most part. I pretty much excuse me. Yeah, I pretty much just keep it moving. But in the most part, yeah, I was over there in the window yesterday, and I heard them, you know, and
Carrie.
see, Yeah, and what they try and what that would do to a person, sister girl, if that person is not um strong, it can really mess with their confidence, you know. And I know you say, oh, well, these people on Bigo don't know me, you know, they ain't gonna bother me, excuse me, but it might be that one person, because people have on a line they self behind ridicule and bully, Bigo, excuse me, um internet bullying.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's not that like, and I don't, you're right, Miss Lamb. It's none of it's okay. 'Cause even if you can take the joke, it should always be, you know what I'm saying? If it's gonna be that, it should be seen entertainment. But this is the skit. We're doing this to entertain you. This is not the real
Hmm.
thing. But when you going on like this is real life and people believe it, that is what you say. It could cause people's esteem. They don't even. They might. You might be right. My esteem might be just propped up there. It might not be
Hmm.
high as it looks. I might just have it just barely hanging on by a thread. And here go this person and say, "Look at you, looking like a man." And
Hmm.
and that'd be just another send me
The
off.
DC
But
appeals
Oh,
court
wait a
has
minute.
ruled that former President
Oh, wait.
Trump
Oh,
does not.
Morning, y'all.
wait a minute. I'm sorry. I hit the button. Good morning, Miss Hadley. How you doing?
good morning.
Oh, as well. How y'all
All
doing
is
this morning?
well. No, pretty good, pretty good. We just kind of hitting, just kind of hitting and missing some things. I was just mentioning that I was over in Kevin's live yesterday, and listening to him. You know, basically to me, I believe Kevin. For the most part, okay.
What has
And nobody
happened?
know. Well, I don't know if you know that. Um, okay, what part? The Cash App. That was one issue that was one thing that came back around. Miss Regina stated she didn't get any money for 2024. Um, so Miss Post came on and basically, with the book and said, no, okay, I stopped sending money in May of 2024. So, but I don't know why it's such a big deal. Why don't, I mean, we know, I mean, what's understood don't have to be said. Nobody wants to produce a ledger. Cash App comes with a statement, a history.
Yeah,
So, huh?
it does.
Exactly. So, I mean, to shut the noise, even Miss what's her name, Miss Regina, she could give a state, what they call it, print the history, but somebody would have to do it for her because she said, I don't know nothing about this stuff. She wasn't getting CAs or anything like that prior to, Kevin, I mean, excuse me, Keith's accident. So I mean, it's so simple. When people refuse to conform, that's the issue. That's the issue.
Hmm. They hiding something.
So,
So, go ahead,
because
Miss
the money
Evans.
is now an issue again, why is there not like a court subpoena for this ledger
Oh, it's
or,
coming.
cash app history or anything like that?
It's coming. It's coming because Kevin is taking that to court.
Okay.
And not just for that, it's like a ball, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it came up because they allegedly that TK brought Miss Regina back on Bigo for an interview. And for what, I don't know. That lady didn't say anything different. There was no update. There was no nothing. The only thing she did was spill more beans, that she hasn't gotten any money from she hasn't gotten any money in 2024. And I believe her. You know why I believe her? Because she specifically said the only money I got was money I borrowed. That's what the woman said. The only money I received was what I borrowed, and I borrowed $300 twice, is what she said. So Ms. Post tried to say that maybe she was confused about 2024 or 2025. That's what Ms. Post said.
Who is Miss Post?
Ms. Post was over the agency, over Keith's agency.
Oh, okay.
So
Does he still have an
Ms.
agency?
No,
Okay.
no, no. Um, I think they believe. Well, half the people went to Llama. TK shipped them folks right on over to Llama and Big 20.
Okay.
So and I just believe that was, that was the plan. I really do, because that was part of the reason for her leaving. Um, and let me stop saying Llama, because Llama does not have an agency. Let me stop saying that. Let me correct that. Big Bossy, okay? They're in it together, but she's the one that actually started it up. But they are in it together. That's, So let me rephrase that, because I don't want to, put any negative narrative out about anyone, okay? But I mean, if they, and I put it like this: if the people, I mean, if they was willing to go, you know, to another agency, knowing that Keith was not there, you know what I'm saying? And some people was not gonna sit up on the KOB with their money. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I think I would have left too. I think I would have left too. I know I wouldn't have sat up on the KOB, because I know that's a couple of people that I did talk to did say that. They didn't go with Llama. I mean, they didn't go with Bossy. They just went someplace else. They didn't go that route. They just went someplace else. But yeah, I think I would have did the same thing, to be honest. And Miss Post was not there running it anymore.
Right. So they were left without a leader. Well, they didn't have to listen to whatever, she was
Right.
trying to sway them to go. But if they chose to go to whatever agency, that was their choice at the end of the day. But my thing is, where does greed wash out and humanity kick in? Like, how do you sleep well at night? Because at the end of the day, the only concern should be Keith's well-being. And I just don't understand why still in 2025 they are fighting over monies and who should have this and who should have that, when the main concern should be getting Keith well and having a real support system around him so that he can be well. Because it takes more
Well,
than just physical therapy or anything like that to heal. He also needs his children and his loved ones surrounding him. He needs that support. So where's
oh,
humanity in
excuse
all
me.
of this? That's what I still want to know. I've been saying
It's
that from the
not.
beginning of the
Oh
accident,
man.
JD Vance and
and I
Donald
still
Trump.
say it.
They have spoken my
Oh, wait a
son's
minute.
name and used his death.
Oh, yeah. There is no humanity. There isn't any, and the only reason this came up again is because Miss Regina was brought back on Bigo. It's the end of the month. It's tear time. People trying to make the, not saying
Yeah.
that's what happened. But I don't see the need. Right. I don't see the need for her. I mean, she didn't say anything, and she was stumbling over her words. It was allegedly stated that TK was texting her, because you could tell she was, yeah, no, because she was distracted. So I don't know. Yeah, but this kind of came back up because she was brought back on Bigo. And I saw people recapping it all like crazy yesterday. And I'm like, there's nothing to recap. The woman came back on here. Basically, the only thing she did share was that she didn't get any money in 2024 other than what she borrowed. Now, she did say that. because you got to think about it. Keith was, getting money. The lady quit her job, which she shouldn't have done, because the girls were there in his house that she put out. So now she's probably is struggling a little bit, but um yeah, she probably is, but oh wait, I just, I like you said, this is still it's went too far, and they still talking about Regina, and they still talking about this Cash App, and I'm just kind of over it, with the whole thing. There's real life things, excuse me, going on in the world right now, and I just think the focus should be more on those things. So, but yeah, Kevin is taking her to court. Hey, B, most definitely. So, yeah, he said he is definitely taking her, to court about this stuff. So, hey, all right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, welcome to Uncensored with the Glam. If you're not following, please hit that follow button up at the top left hand corner for me. I would definitely appreciate it. Okay, definitely appreciate it. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. So now let's see this. Okay, the stimulus refund. Okay, what do you guys think about this stimulus? I don't. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. They got Diddy's mother.
Price is down. If you don't buy them now, they won't be available again at this price. These are eyeglasses you have never. He doesn't kind of buy what the
Yeah, where did she go?
He
You know what I'm
thinks they've looked at the
saying?
notes. He
Yeah.
thinks that they're cheating.
I mean, I would think that too.
But apparently, what happened is commonplace.
In the meantime, let's go back to New York City. I want to get some updates on the case that is unfolding there
Hey, like,
regarding
no.
Sean Diddy Combs.
All right, buckle up because things just took a wild and unexpected turn in the ongoing saga surrounding Sean Diddy Combs' family.
Oh, wait a
You'd think
second.
the
Wait a
headlines
minute. Let
couldn't
me
get
open
any
up.
more jaw-dropping. But here we are. Picture this. The FBI has reportedly issued an arrest warrant for Diddy's mother, Janice Combs. That's right. Janice, the woman who has been a constant presence in Diddy's life, the matriarch of the family, the one who raised him after the untimely passing of his father, is now under the spotlight. And not for anything small.
Hey, how you doing?
Good morning, Miss Glam. I was
Oh,
I tried to get back with you yesterday. You see that girl went over that, covered that story?
Yeah, we talked about that. Me and you.
She was doing it again.
Oh no, I didn't see
But
it.
yeah, she was doing it again. She was talking about a whole bunch of stuff, but a lot of things she was wrong on because she's not here, so she don't know directly. She just going off of what she hear. So I think that it was pretty good. It's some promotion to it. I think she just did a lot of promotion for us for when we do what we do. You know what I'm saying? She put it out there, but a lot of the things that I could say and I know, you know what I'm saying, she don't.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even see it because usually once I do this show here, I usually get off and something like that. But that's what I put on the flyer. I put there's more to the story.
Right. Okay. So, you doing these in the mornings?
No, 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 no. I did. We're gonna do it to what we talked about in the evening.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I sent you the flyer to let me
Yeah.
know. Okay, we'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
This is the show that I was speaking about, guys. Hey, Michael. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, this is the show that I was talking about, guys, where we're going to be talking about the Toledo young lady that went missing. She has been found. The girl has been found. However, we all know that like no, it's in Toledo, so he actually knows a little bit more. I don't want to say too much, but he knows a little bit more about what really happened. If I could say it like that. So We're going to be
Is she
talking
okay?
about it. Yes, she's fine. Thank you.
Oh, praise God.
She
Yes,
fine. Got a
yeah. How
lot
old
to
was
do
she?
with her father.
Correct, correct, correct. Okay. So yeah, so we're gonna talk about that, and like I said, like no is actually in Toledo, so he knows a lot more than third party information, is what he was saying. Like the other young lady that covered the story, and hooray for her, But we got someone that's right there and knows the people. So good morning, good morning. So I believe it's going to be a great interview. You guys, please promote, guys. And this is something I hope and pray that happens with this election. I hope that people of color just stop thinking about themselves so much. You know what I'm saying? And reach out. They're talking about promoting black businesses, but how can you promote black businesses with one another when people, it's still that, oh, well, shoot, I got to get my own. I got to do what I got to do, and that's the mentality that you heal, so hopefully this, hopefully, because jobs are, I mean, he is steady, steady, steady cutting jobs, so people are not going to have money to buy anything. I mean, not, what am I trying to say? Buy things that they don't need. Okay. Today is supposed to be blackout day, if I'm not correct. If I'm correct. Okay, she's gone. It's just not up here. Okay, so today is supposed to be blackout day. I'm doing my blackout. I'm not purchasing anything today. I know Roland Martin, he has one also, a blackout. Okay, where he's not, he doesn't want anybody to do Target. Did you hear about that, Miss Heavenly? Yeah, no Target,
Not for
Walmart,
yeah, I heard about that.
right. What's today? What's today, lovely? It is. It's the first. I thought today was the first. Okay, you're right,
Today's the
lovely. You're right.
27th.
You're right. You're right. You right. You're right. The 28th. That's right. Check me. Check me. Check me. All right. Check me. All right. She's right. Okay, that date is correct. Yep, that's the correct date. So right. So we're not buying anything. Well, I went and got my gas and stuff yesterday. I filled up and got my gas. I do shop at Kroger's, so I can get my 5 and 10 cent off my gas, guys. I sure do, because that 5 and 10 cent really adds up. All right, so like, no, you got anything else you want to talk about? We did talk about. I did briefly mention the Regina situation. I said it's not really a whole lot to talk about with that because there was not a whole lot.
It's like gifts, like it's like Reed's like give my rewards. She like gave me some rewards. I get some free shit.
Excuse me.
Nobody talking to you. Hey, little mama. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, good morning. Hey, good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm blessed this morning. I'm thankful to be here. How about yourself?
I'm good. Are you new to Bigo?
Yes, I'm new to this. This is actually my first time getting on. A buddy of mine
Okay.
just introduced this to me. He was teaching me about it right now. We actually was coming across your feed and he was showing me something how it works. Then we ended up just getting in here and I'm in your conversation. I apologize, sweetheart.
Oh, well, thank you so much. But do me a favor. Okay,
Yeah,
have him to show you how to follow me.
right.
Okay, so hit that follow button, and then I'm going to follow you back. I am live every morning.
Okay.
Okay, and I
Okay.
am an agency owner as well, so you can make a little money on here. So if you're
Okay.
interested, yeah. So if you're interested, please just go ahead, hit the follow button, and I will call you personally and go
Let me see. I
over
think.
this.
Yeah, up here I go right here. You see, I just followed you.
Yep. Hmm. Let me see. I gotta follow you back.
Yeah, I'm 8 good year on your shit right here. I'm following her, my baby Proverbs woman. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That when you see her on there, I'm on her for every morning. What you be on here talking about, beautiful? What you talk about in the mornings? What's
Oh,
the
we talk about
conversation? What's the
well,
topic?
we talk about different topics. Current affairs. You know, we do get a little
Okay.
gossip in there. Right now, I was just talking. I mentioned that Diddy's mother she's in custody because she had fled with some money, so she is in custody. So we were just, touching bases on that. We have been talking about the economy with President Trump, with laying off people that, us people of color got to come together,
Who?
you
Man, I'm
know.
about to roll it up too. Yeah. Give it to me. You don't even need that right here. I got this. Man, all right, come on.
Okay, now
Hey,
what I might have to do is ask him to show you how to mute yourself. Okay, if you want to hang around, that's fine. Okay, but we're gonna go ahead and continue with the show. Okay,
yeah, go
just
ahead,
yeah,
sweetie. I got you.
yeah,
How
just
do I
mute
mute
yourself.
myself?
You can tap you can tap your picture, and it should pop up. Okay,
Okay. Yeah, you right. You right. The microphone.
right there you go. Hey, Martin.
Let's say Martha.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't see. I'm going to get some more glasses, y'all. I am because this I've had these glasses a minute and it's time, so I got to go get some more. Hi, Martha. Thank you, like no. So, like no, you got something you want to say? You want to add to the show for actually we're gonna do it Saturday because I'm going to Saturday is the first. I didn't realize that. So you said Friday, so that's only like a day apart from It's only a day apart from the first. And Saturday is actually People's Choice Day. So that's why that's why we're going to have you on there and you're going to kind of go into the spiel, about what's going on in Toledo. Now, also, this Toledo, is this what we talked about with the coach?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The daddy is the coach.
Shut the front door.
The daddy owns the gym. He's the coach of the gym.
Shut
His
the
son.
front door.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. Hey, DJ.
How you doing?
Okay.
I
I'm
woke up.
blessed.
I gotta get my accounts right because every time they catch me smoking, I ain't know that you couldn't even smoke or bingo.
No, you can't. Hit that follow button up at the top for me, DJ.
Yeah, I
And
got
then
you.
if you, okay, perfect, baby. Let me follow you back, okay? Because I can tell you might be new to Bigo. I'm gonna go over some of the rules with you, okay? I'm in the
Yeah,
middle of doing my show right now, but just follow me and we can go over some of the rules and I'll walk you through some things, okay? Okay, so like no, so just give us a teaser. Just and it's really not a. I shouldn't use that word because the content is really it's a very serious topic, if I must say so. So
Well, um, this is a guy that in my city, he was well known. He was one of the, I'm gonna say, people in my city that was known for having money, lots of money. Once upon a time, he had a house about 15, might have been 20 minutes outside of Toledo, where he had a pond in his backyard with alligators in it.
mm,
And back then nobody really messed with dude because anytime it was heard of somebody saying something about him, doing anything wrongful to him, they might come up missing, and they were saying that he was feeding the people to the alligators. They never found
Oh
several
my
people.
God.
It's a story right now where it's an unsolved murder of 12 years where they saying he did it, but there's no proof that he did it. But the people are saying he fed the person to it, the pigs on the farm.
Mm, mm, mm,
Uh,
mm.
so he been a very treacherous man. So nobody would never, you know what I'm saying, challenge him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of them things where money brings power because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes he didn't have to get his hands dirty. Um,
Mm.
and
Okay.
he bought a building. He started a boxing gym where his daughter right now is currently the IBF heavyweight champion of the world. Um,
Mm.
she's, I think she moved to Atlanta, Georgia. But over the years, a lot of people kept saying that he was messing with these kids that would go there, but nobody never would speak out on it because of who he was. So
Mm-hmm.
now we come to the day to where his daughter runs away. She's put up missing. She's all over the news. The older daughter, which is the champion of the world in boxing, she comes to find her sister. So she comes back to Toledo. She stays on the news every day. She gets with community, YouTube. She telling her come home. You know what I'm saying? I miss you. And there's allegations that she stated that
Mm.
her father did this to her when she was young. So
Ouch. Mm-hmm.
she's saying she believes her big sister.
Uh-huh.
She
Wow.
believes her little sister. So once they contacted the little girl, she told everybody that she was afraid to go home. She don't want to go home. Um, so her sister just kept looking. She put her number out, and eventually, um, people started coming out. There's a young girl that's 24 years old right now. She said he was doing it to her, started at 16. Her father, hey, get this person out of here and lock this box. I ain't got admin or I would have been to kick them. I don't even
Where?
know who this is. Down here in this Connie Lolly or something.
Wait a minute.
Or
I thought you did have admin here.
Good morning. What are you missing?
Okay, the box is open, just one. But see, I think people be leery about kicking because they don't know who's who or who's in here regular and things like that. I'm gonna have to switch up the admin. Sister girl. Okay, she's in the blinds. I didn't want to kick. Me too. Who is this? Who is me too? Okay, there you go. Okay. Right, right. I think that's what be happening, and because they don't know who to kick. So, when you guys come in, if you see someone trolling you, you're gonna have to, yeah, speak it out because we don't know. So, what did like no go? Okay. Oh, you in the queue? Okay, 1 second. And see, Bigo is doing something, guys, because the box is open. What box is that? Okay, just come up here. Let me open this box. Yeah, because I'm not sure. Okay, go to box one. See? Okay, there you go. Let me lock this one. Okay,
Yeah,
because
no,
box.
I got admin on my host page,
Oh, okay, because I'm like, I thought you. Okay,
and they
got you.
messing up. It's glitching bad right now.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because, hey, Dior. Hey, honey, I'm gonna call you later. Okay, I know your work schedule is out there, but I'm
I'm
gonna
in
give you a
box one.
call later. Okay. Yeah, he's in box one now. I had to actually open that box and then close box five, but five and four was open. So it's Bigo. Okay. But yeah, so listen, everyone, when you come in, if you see a familiar person that's been trolling you and doing whatever, you got to let us know because the admin don't want to just kick and we don't know who it is. Okay, so yeah, I had jumped in box five. Okay, we'll come to four. Let me open it. So what I did, I closed them. Now I'm gonna open them and see if that'll work. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I had only did it to close it up so nobody won't hop back in there like they kept doing. That's all.
Right. Okay. Well, you can stay up, lovely. You're usually
Yeah,
here. Just
just
go
Okay.
on.
admin got to be a little more alert because they playing dirty games, y'all. You got people that'll jump up on your panel and start moaning. Yeah,
Okay.
they'll start moaning and stuff trying to get your page banned.
Okay. 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 Well, see,
So you
there's
got
a
to be
couple of
alert on that. I'm gonna bring my other page in here.
yeah. Yeah, because see, we don't know. It says that dude jumping up after answering questions. Okay, found out the issue. Oh, okay, okay.
It
Hey,
was
Stink
different too.
Bomb. It's automatic. Well, I don't know, BH, because the boxes, yeah, they were in the queue, but the box was open. So I had to close the box and yeah, yeah. Hey, John Wick. Hey, now John is another guy that I've been telling you guys about as far as living after lockup. Okay, I can't wait till he gets finished so we can have him on here. When I tell you, these guys go through, honey, being locked up. They go through. Okay, so I can't wait to things that get now he's still in there. He is still in college and actually supposed to be out. So he's gonna tell us about that. Women says then it threw you in the back. Yeah, yeah. The question is automatic. Oh, right, right. I know what you're talking about, BH. Okay, I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about. Okay, now let me back up. John, give me a call on the back end. Okay. Let me know what date you want to come on the show. Let me know the date. Okay. Hey ENT, what's up, baby? How you doing? Okay, like no. Hopefully we can pick up where we left off at, but we don't want to give out too much information. We want them to come Saturday. Yeah, we want them to come out Saturday. So we don't want to
Yeah.
give out too much. Yeah,
So
we don't want
that's
to.
that's just a little bit, and then we'll cover
hmm
the rest Saturday. I'm up. I gotta go live in a little bit.
Yeah.
Matter
Well,
of fact, I'll be
I
back,
appreciate
Miss.
you. Uh, Okay, I'm gonna lock your box. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go work on this second band because it's wrong. They wrong. I'm supposed to be off. I'm supposed to be unbanned. I'm supposed to be back to hosting. And they saying I got a second ban that don't come off to the 11th of March, and I should not have it.
Miss
So I'll
Heavenly,
be
do you
back.
know anything? Do you know anything about
Huh?
the bands? How they? I was asking my niece down there in box one, two, three. She's an agency owner too.
SVIP bands are still unavailable as of
Yeah.
yesterday. Um, and I don't know what Bigo's plan is, but they're moving very slow on unbans.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that too. That the only bands that they are allowing. First you have to do the appeal. I'm not saying this to you, like no. First you have to do the appeal. If there's no appeal, they're not even gonna look at it. Is what my AM was telling me. So you have to do an appeal. Then the appeal has to be approved. So if the appeal is not approved, then you just have to sit and wait. If it is approved, then it goes through the safety team. So they have a safety team. Let me write that down. So then the safety team pretty much takes it from there to let you use SVIP because Moet is banned right now and can't get unbanned.
No, I
So I
heard
was
as of yesterday she's unbanned.
oh, she's unbanned. Okay,
Yes.
okay. So you know, and I don't know, guys. It's a because what's good for one should be good for another. Now, yeah. Do you know what she actually did? Who is the agency owner? Moet.
I don't know what she did. All I know is late yesterday evening they were saying she was unbanned. That's all I know.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I know Moet was banned. People thinks that Flacco is still her agency owner. Flacco transferred her over to Star. Okay. But Star said that apparently he was still going to be able to get the funds. So he only transferred her because of the allegations that she was making. This was, guys, I don't know if you remember, this was some months back when she was making the allegations and da 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 da. We all thought it was a storyline, but it wasn't. So he moved her, pretty much out of his agency. Okay. All right. So that was that. So Lackno did give us a little bit of what was going on, and I'm quite sure his update is going to be more accurate than any update. Okay. Because sure his update is going to be pretty accurate because he is in Toledo. Okay.
It's Miss
You
Glam,
want
when
to
it says violation reason and it says others, what do that mean?
is something else I'm thinking that's not listed, or I would say maybe they haven't came up with a reason because what's other.
Right.
Yeah, so once they look at, and I'm quite sure Bigo is back up to the Tahusi with these interruptions. I'm quite sure they are. Hey, FU2, I'm quite sure that they are backed up because people are getting they're getting banned left to right. Also, too, guys, watch your verbiage. Watch your verbiage. As far as like culture, be careful with saying, like the other culture, how we usually just say, white, black, da da da. Be very careful with that because you don't want to get, banned for racism.
F you too.
Hey y'all.
Hey, Edge
Hey,
Control.
Edge,
Who is that a picture of?
that's
Huh?
Edge down there. That's Edge down there.
That's me. Just because you
Okay.
just saw me in my body, he throwing jabs. Okay, I got it.
Uh, uh,
Mhm.
okay, come on back up, Miss Heavenly in box 5. Yeah, there you go.
I didn't say
Because
it.
I was
Okay.
waiting down
Yeah,
there, and I guess
I
when
didn't
she
even
got
see you.
down, they put me in her seat.
Okay. I didn't even see you. And please thank you for not taking that personal because I didn't even see
Girl,
you.
I was over here
Uh,
rolling up, doing my own morning routine,
okay. Yeah, because the boxes is
filling up my water bottle.
no, that was like no, I mean Edge. I didn't see her. She said she was in the queue, but the box was open. But remember, I had to go back and close the boxes and then open it back up. So apparently, when Miss Heavenly dropped, it just puts you in the box.
It just put me in a box, yeah.
Yes. Hey, we the people. How you doing? Now, we the people, guys, is going to be working on some things for us. With the aviation, he's going to find out some things with us. Let me see. NOL.
That's why I got
So
to go
this
back to
is
that article because they said an aviation expert has been talking about it. So I want to go, you know what I'm saying, see what this aviation expert been saying.
My God. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
okay. Guys, if you could grab the flyer, we would definitely appreciate it. We would definitely. Oh, oh, wait a second. Wait a minute, we the people. Let me open up the box because he's an aviation. He used to work in aviation, so he shared some things with us yesterday.
Okay.
I think you were here yesterday, Is, but your guy, he was
Yeah, my guy was ahead the phone because I was working. It was busy yesterday morning.
Dropped it? Nope.
okay, guys. So wait a second. trying to lock the boxes. Now it's not letting me lock the
It's
boxes.
all right.
Okay.
You ain't got to lock them, Miss Glam. I got. You all right? If there's
Oh, you got
somebody,
your
I'm gonna get them. Yeah, I'm gonna
Bingo
get them
must
okay.
be
out
going through an
ASAP.
update.
Yeah, yeah, because yeah. Hey, fruit. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Hey, hey, hey. Okay. So just to recap for the people that are just coming in, we're going to be doing a special featured show about the young lady that was missing in Toledo. Okay. As you see on the flyer, I added that there is more to the story. Okay. There's more to the story as far as the young lady that was missing. Uh, like no did give us a little bit. I told him don't give too much because we definitely want people to come out and we want them to understand the whole gist of it. Excuse me. So yeah. So I like no you got something else you want to add to it. Anybody got any quick questions? Go ahead. Miss Heavenly, I think you had a question you were trying to ask.
Um, Not really a question. I think someone had asked the question of what was Moet's offense, but I had gotten a phone call at the same time. But
Oh,
it's
okay.
alleged that she was making the racial slurs against the Asian culture. And I guess they went back and
Oh.
reviewed and saw that she did not. So she was unbanned.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
'Cause-
Yeah.
Well, they need to go back and review because I just got a text in my inbox that I was banned a second time for doxing. How can I get banned for doxing on a page that's already banned? I was never on the page. How did I dox somebody?
Right. So your
Yeah.
agency leader would need to have that conversation with the AM team. So just
Mm-hmm.
have your agency leader get with the AM team, her account manager or his account manager, and have that conversation with them so that they can review, or if you have to send an email to safety for review,
Mm-hmm.
that's the best I could advise you to do.
Yeah, they have. They have been. That's who was just sending me my information. And they said, they
Okay.
asked why and how can I get banned, a extended ban on a page that I'm not even on. And
Right.
why they was asking why was I banned on a page that I wasn't even on. They sent it back
Mm-hmm.
and said he was banned for doxing and it's been confirmed. How? I wasn't on the page. How can I dox somebody? I'm
Right.
not even on the page.
Correct.
So
Yeah,
they
that's
need to
not making
review that.
sense.
because that's
Yeah,
common
that's not making
sense.
Yeah, that
sense.
doesn't.
How can I dock somebody on the knife if the page is banned on the? It's banned.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. They need to review that again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. And your agent, they're gonna have to go back and forth with them,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, they're
They're
gonna have to
gonna have to
advocate for
go,
you.
yeah, yeah, they're gonna have to go back and forth.
See, let me show
Ask
y'all.
them, tell your AM to ask them to show the footage, where you did it, and the page can't do anything. That doesn't make any sense. Does it,
I'm
Miss
gonna let
Heavenly?
y'all look at this. I'm gonna let y'all look at this stuff, man.
No, it
It
doesn't
don't
make any sense at all.
don't
Hey,
at
Mr.
all.
CEO. Hey, Michael.
They be thinking I'm lying or something, or I'm just saying something.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, not like no. Mr. CEO, I have a guest that's coming. Is he still in here? Okay, he is. Yeah, I have a guest coming up that living after lockup that I want to talk to you about. Okay.
Y'all look in the comments. I'm putting a picture. Look at this band and look at the dates. The first band is up. The first band is the second one. The one
So
I'm on right
sweet.
now.
I love it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of glitching going on with Bigo. It's the glitching, the updates is just
Yeah, that don't make no
it's not.
sense.
Y'all
It
see
doesn't
this
make
shit?
sense. Yeah,
How?
that's impossible.
You look at the
It's impossible.
dates. Y'all wasn't even on this page.
Wow. Yeah, your agent, they're gonna have to just kind of go back and forth with Bigo. Bigo is gonna have to produce a little bit some better evidence that
Yeah,
this
I got a
actually happened.
question. So when it
Hmm.
say end date, those are not the dates that your ban is over? Because both of them
Yeah.
say end dates.
No. One of them say March 11th is the end
Right,
date.
right,
But if you
right.
go to the one up under that, it says I
It
got
say
banned January and wasn't supposed to
20,
come off to February 26th.
right, and then February 9th, you got banned for something else. That
How?
what?
Yeah.
How?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's not making sense. Yeah, that is definitely not.
On some
Yeah, that's not
bullshit.
making. Yeah, that's not making sense. So yeah, your agent's gonna have to handle that, for you. Yeah, to kind of go, yeah, back and forth. And I say back and forth because it's literally back and forth. It is
Hmm.
because they're saying one thing, and how is it possible?
Right.
And
Yeah.
nothing's able to be done with that page.
And then Moet is out now, but Moet, her 30 days went to a permanent the other day. And then once it
Mhm.
went to a permanent, it seemed like that's when her team was able to get her unburied once it went
Right.
permanent.
Well, her team, what they had to do, they had to go back and forth.
That's what I'm
You know,
saying.
yeah, they had to go back and forth with them, and say, hey, what, I mean, what's the deal? I'm just using, some examples. I don't know Moed's situation, but
Hmm.
I'm just, speaking from an agency side of it, that sometimes us as agency leaders, when it's something like this, you really have to kind of get in there and get your feet dirty with them,
You gotta
because
fight for your host. That's what they
exactly.
mean.
Look, Miss
Okay.
Blab,
Yes.
look. Look at what they doing.
Yes.
Look at that, y'all. They fighting. Look what they telling them.
No, it didn't put it in the comments for us. Like, no, I wouldn't suggest to even put it in there. If they not showing it again,
Right.
don't
Yeah,
put it in there again
exactly.
because then they'll ban this page for putting stuff in the comments.
Right. I was just about to say that if they're not allowing it,
Just,
just be
just
careful
inbox them.
with what you put in there. And also, yeah, I'm not saying that his agent, whoever it is not fighting. I'm just saying that it may take a day, it may take 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, but yeah, they're gonna have to, yeah, basically say, hey, what is this? And how is this happening? Pretty much. Especially with these new rules, that they have. So we just got to be really mindful, guys, and really careful with what our hosts do, what they say, what they allow in the comments. Like No said, your admins, they got to really be on it, and get them out your room and do the corrective action.
I don't even know what a dachshund is.
Yeah. So yeah, it's something,
But
it's
then
really
they don't
something.
tell
So
you what you did. So even if you made a mistake and did something or said something, you don't even know what the hell you did.
You don't even know how to correct it.
Cause to get banned on the ban, like how? How I
Yeah, I
get
Right.
look
banned
at
on the
this
ban?
record. I wasn't even on that page.
now see, that's something I don't have to pull that memo. Miss Heavenly, did you hear where we can't even use that word anymore? Oh dang it, he left. I want to talk to him. We can't even use that word anymore. It says turn into
Execute and on later date. Turned in and executed on a later date. She said that's how he got double banned.
oh, okay. Okay. So it didn't happen like that day. So this was something. Okay. And remember, I just said that. I just said that too. Bigo is probably backed up with interruptions because they've changed the rules.
But you know what? To be honest, it seems like no is the only one that is situation that I have heard where they retroacted him. Have you ever heard? Have we had any other instances? Or have you had any instances where they retroacted your host?
Yes.
I
You
was about to
have.
say,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, because I'm just saying, like, no is the only person I heard that with.
Man, they bothering me. They bothering
All
me.
they said it you take 3 days, but now it's longer.
It's longer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying is that I know that my AM was saying that, that how did he put it? It's kind of confusing, but the turnaround time was what 3 days. Now with people with this coming in, they got to review. Then they go. Then agency owners are fighting for their hosts. So then they're going, back and forth with agency owners because they're fighting like, hey, well, what is this? Then there's more questions. Then you got to go back. So it is taking longer.
Right. Okay.
Right. I just had to get one of my hosts unbanned, but like I said, it is taking a bit, longer. And I just want to say, Bigo, this is for educational purposes. We're trying to understand the new system. So we're just going over some things, just in case.
And we trying to avoid all consequences. Shit, the hell.
Exactly. So just want to make sure that they understand that we're just explaining the interruption to services. I guess I'm gonna put it, and we just want to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that yeah, I just want to make sure that people understand because there's been a lot of changes. So we just definitely want to make sure that people understand the process, pretty
It seems
much.
like in a
Okay.
minute you ain't gonna be able to say your ABCs on this mug. Like it's
Right.
like, what
Right.
can we do? Shit.
Right. Just sit
Yeah.
there. Just sit on the screen and just look. Stare.
Right. Just
And then you
look.
know what
Don't
they're
even
gonna
lick
say
your
then?
lips or
They're gonna say
nothing.
you're not. This is what they're gonna say then. You're not interacting with your audience. That's what they're gonna
Right,
say. Cause they
right.
clipped me for 10 days one day for that because they felt like I wasn't doing enough on the camera. I'm like, wait, not 10 days, 10
What?
minutes for 10 minutes. Yep,
Hmm.
yep,
Another thing too. Well, you guys, I see you always have a profile picture, but you know how people go around and they just have the Beagle dino. You
yeah.
have to have a profile. Yeah, you have to have a
Hmm.
profile. But most people do, most people do have, profiles. So I don't
Hmm.
see that being, yeah, I don't see that being a issue. Okay, but just let me lock these boxes right quick. Oh, oh, I think they've had it.
You're done.
Okay, so yeah, yeah. So lovely. Could you go ahead and explain our blackout again? Since hey, Brown. Brown Monk, hi. How
Hey,
are
Grandma.
you? Yeah, come on up. Come on up and give us a Rhema. Yeah, I know you got a Rhema word. I know you got a Rhema word right now. Yes, I am all for it. Yes, good morning. Good morning. Um, and explain our blackout. Okay, since I got the date wrong, go ahead. If you don't mind.
Okay, tomorrow. I really personally, I'll say after midnight tonight. Think of it like that. We're going
Hmm.
in. The blackout is basically us not spending. We're not going to spend anything unless. Personally, I feel like it's unless it's a black-owned business. No spending at the big corporations, your Walmarts, your Targets, your hell, your McDonald's and Burger Kings. None of those type of stores. We're going to, basically withhold our coins since they
Hmm.
don't appreciate it anyways, and it starts tomorrow. 24 hours? I think it is a good 24 hours. You
Hmm.
know,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so those are, those that are with us, come on, and what I'm sensing, in the spirit, where, some are just feeling like, well, I mean, what's going to happen is what's going to happen. And that is true. What's going to happen is what's going to happen. However, I know Martin, I keep saying Martin Lawrence. I'm gonna have to see what's going on with him. Roland Martin. His started, I believe, like on the 28th. No, 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 no. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm incorrect about Roland Martin's. Is it Roland Martin's the one that starts on the 28th? Might be, might be. Okay. But I know that movements are happening, all over where people are fasting, pretty much on spending money. I just put it like that. All right. So,
And spread the
I
word.
get,
And
yeah,
spread the word. That's another
exactly.
thing. Tell your family
Yeah.
members, tell your friends, other social media platforms. Let
Mm-hmm.
everybody know what's going on. We need to make this a movement, plain and simple.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with, well, we're talking about the blackout. Um, Basically today I just used I had a lot of appetizers, okay, and those that are new here, maybe the first time, second time, okay, when I first come on and I do my introduction, after the introduction, and I'm going to have a DJ, so we're going to be adding a DJ to the morning show as well, okay, we're going to be adding a DJ to the morning show. So also I give my introduction and then we have an appetizer before the main course. Okay, so so today I had appetizers. Okay, pretty much. Okay, that means that I might throw out a topic and we just kind of, we kind of nibble on it. It's like an appetizer, and then we move on. Okay, so that's what we mostly had today was appetizers. Okay, for some that may not even know what this is about, but we did mention Regina, which is a long gone thing here on the app. I'm not gonna get back into that anymore, but we did talk about that. I also threw out the appetizer about there's going to be more layoffs. Okay. This bill that Trump just did. Just 1 second, because see, I'm all over the place, and you probably guys are you probably saying, well, what bill? Um, I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that because I'll have to go more in depth with the bill that just got passed for the federal layoffs. Okay, so we already knew that he was going to be laying off more people. So now, yeah, so it got approved. Okay. Um, so we know that the all 50 states have got their movements going. So see, people are doing different things. Is it going to help? I guess we'll see. We will see. Also, the FBI has captured Diddy's mother. Okay, so they got her. I don't know if anybody saw that where they did they have her. Okay, so some said that they think that her and Diddy was in this together. Take the money and run, ma. Okay, so what do you think, Brown Monk? I know you might not want to get into, something like that, but I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so I guess we will definitely. I guess we'll have to see about that. Did what happened? Okay, Supreme Court blocks. So let's see this here. So appetizers, like I said.
Crazy to do this, but it saves homeowners a fortune. I worked in construction for 20 years now, and it shocks me how many people pay a fortune to upgrade their gutters when there are services like
Okay,
the gutter
1
remodel
second
relief
here.
service. As long as you own your home, you can apply for and get
Hey, Miss
approved
Evelyn,
for
welcome back.
affordable gutter transformation within 2 minutes. You can click the button below and find out almost instantly if you're eligible. I've done
Okay,
this
so
for
now I'm not seeing. Okay, so Supreme Court issues a stay for U.S. AID. Okay. So now, is anyone familiar with that? Am I talking to myself? Are y'all with me?
I'm with
Oh,
you.
everybody
I'm with
probably.
you.
Okay, you're here. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, yeah,
Hey,
you
how you
got something to
doing?
say this morning?
Yeah. So if you remember what I was talking about, the dollar and stuff like that, it's just important that we don't
The
get
nation's
caught up
capital, the
on.
Supreme Court has
Oh, somebody's
temporarily
TV's
blocked
really
an
loud.
order requiring the Trump
Wait a minute,
administration
my
to
computer's
release
froze. I'm trying to stop this.
It comes as the administration plans to eliminate more than
It's fine.
90% of the foreign aid contracts at USAID and $60 billion in
One
U.S.
second.
international assistance overall. The Associated Press
Okay.
says the information comes from an internal memo detailing the results of a 90-day review of money allocated to USAID and the State Department for international development and aid work. Well,
Okay, so maybe to stop now. Okay, go ahead, go ahead, Mr. Brown.
No, I was saying just like what I was talking about with the dollar and the things that have taken place and the changes that are about to come forth, that we don't get caught up like focusing on really small things about you know um, just I think the bigger thing is just to focus on placing your treasures up in heaven. And the reason why I say that, because the things that are about to come towards us are going to be they're going to be altering as far as like the lifestyle that we're used to. So don't get caught up too much, like don't put your treasures on things that will corrupt and that will not last. you know but put all your investments and stuff into yourself, into your own vessel and your own spirit, because I mean there's some things really coming our way, and I'm really worried about those who are gonna have a drastic change of lifestyle, because you have to remember that the dollar we just basically lost a global meal ticket, and now we're trying to replace that entire global meal ticket with just crumbs. So it's gonna, there's gonna be some changes. They're really scrambling to try to find something, anything, to try to breathe life back into the economy, into the dollar, and it's not going to be the same. Like that ship has sailed, and it's not coming back. So I'm just letting you guys know. The only reason why no one's hitting in the streets is because of ignorance. Nobody knows that the dollar has zero value right now at all. I mean, only they do. That's why they're trying to go to Fort Knox. They're trying to look for gold. They're trying to buy countries. You know, what I mean, it's a lot bigger than than small things and stuff. Like these are this is a situation that's going to affect not only Americans but the whole world because remember the U.S. dollar was the global currency for
Mm-hmm.
50 years, and everybody's been used to that for 50. That's a long time, and people have been accustomed to that. But that is gone, guys.
Mhm.
The U.S. dollar is not the global currency anymore. That's gone. And so that's why we're going to see some changes because our money's not going to hold up like it used to be. So just get used to it. Just get ready because people are starting to drop the dollar more and more. And you know how it is when the bully gets cornered. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
they feel like they're starting to lose the kingdom. They start to
Mm-hmm.
revert to violence. You know what I mean?
That's what I was
They
gonna bring
So
up.
what? Mhm. Just let me ask a quick question. So when you said Miss Heavenly, yeah, so we can kind of bring her up to speed of what we're talking about.
okay.
So
Can I kind of give the timeline
mhm,
so that
yes,
she
please.
understands? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll make it real quick too. So in the 1970s, the U.S. government took the dollar off the gold standard. They separated gold from supporting the dollar. So that means that the dollar had no value at all. It was just a, and then what happened was they were like that for about 3.5 years, and the economy tanked. And the US, they were scrambling looking for something to breathe life back into the dollar. So they went to the Middle East and they struck a deal with the Saudis there. And they told them, hey, look, we'll buy all your oil because we needed to like build infrastructure, we needed to like grow. So we'll buy all your oil. But see, the Saudis didn't know that the dollar didn't have gold backing it, that it was worthless. They were just like, oh man, people are here to buy our gold. So they were happy. So they signed a 50-year with the US. And the US said, okay, part of this deal is since we're going to buy all your oil, is from now on, anytime any other country comes to buy oil from you, they have to exchange their money into US money and then they can buy oil. So, in other words, you guys, Saudi Arabia, you guys will only accept U.S. money for oil from now on. And Saudi said, okay, we can do it. And so that became known as like the Petro Pact. And that's how the US dollar became the global currency because everyone had to exchange their money into US money to buy the oil. So what happened was that automatically breathed life into the economy, into the dollar. It made it like the top dollar out of all the money in the world because everyone had to use it. And so what US did with all this power is they went and put sanctions on people. They were pushing people around and building their military. They were just being really bad business partners.
Yeah,
And so
got to be the bully.
yeah, and so now that they had this black gold or this oil backing the dollar, the US was doing great. But the thing is nobody knows that last year that deal expired.
Hmm.
Yeah, nobody
And
knows that. No, a lot, well, people do, but the general public doesn't know. And then so right now, that's why Trump and them are looking for other avenues to put to give value
they
to the
found
dollar.
one. They found
What's that?
one because I remember a
No,
while back I
okay.
had brought up the Gaza and Israel war and why America was backing Israel and not helping Gaza. They helping Israel because Israel got the diamond. They got the diamond. What you call it, the diamond trade on lock. And they got the people in Congo enslaved to pick their diamonds for them. So it's like America is trying to find other allies and other ways or other revenues to make their money because now they trying to get in back with Israel with their diamonds.
I know, but let me just point this out real quick, okay? Let me explain the magnitude of the meal ticket that we just lost. Every single country in the entire world had to use US money. They lost that. So you can't replace that unless you have another global plan. That's
Mm-hmm.
not the case. In other words, let's say that there's, I don't know how many countries are in the world right now, just off the top, but let's just say there's 300 countries, okay? The US just lost 300 countries in their meal ticket. Now they're trying to replace it with like one, two, or three. Do you see the magnitude of the difference?
I see. Yeah, I see it.
So you can replace it with one or two countries, but it ain't never gonna be the same because you just lost the whole world. And now you're trying to
Right.
replace it with
Because the
scraps.
value of diamonds ain't as valuable as oil. Oil is the most
No,
valuable
no, no. But
resource
it's not only
into
that,
America.
but it's not only that, but those diamonds are not worth the entire world.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the oil, it's the world. The world
Yeah.
had to use US money. Like that's a big ticket. That's
So
not there
being that
anymore.
meal ticket has expired, we are back to being invaluable. Right. That's what he's saying,
Yes.
BB
Yes.
BB how would I want to call
As
you
of last
BBL
year.
Heavenly? BBL Heavenly.
Yeah, as of last year, our dollar basically has no value, but nobody knows
Mm.
that. Our ignorance is giving it its value. Because obviously none of us are going to empty our accounts and give our money away because you can still buy a meal at McDonald's with it. It's still worth something. But if
Right.
everybody knew the true story, man, we'd be rioting in the streets, man. Serious. People would be
We'd be
throwing
like the
money on the
people in
freeway,
Kenya right now. Because Kenya
pretty
walking
much.
the streets because they know they money ain't nothing.
Oh yeah, and then people would go. You know who people would go for first? All the leaders. They would go search them out. They'd look for all the presidents, governors. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I got a
It would be
question.
crazy.
Okay, I have a question. So basically, with the U.S. dollar not being worth anything right now,
Yeah.
what do we the people? What do we the people do?
Well, that's why I was saying that Jesus gave us the answer. He said, "Don't store treasures in things that will corrupt and and rust and stuff." He's talking about worldly riches. He warned us
Uh-huh.
about these things. These things are written, you know what I mean, in the scriptures. He warned us, and so he told us and gave us a plan. He said, "Don't worry about that, because that's the way of the Gentiles or the white people. That's their way. That's not us. The way we do it is we put our treasures in heaven, because that's where it really counts." And I know that sounds very cliche, but it's really a spiritual battle. You know what I mean? And there's things changing on the horizon. And there's going to be definitely a separation of the wheat and tares. And remember, because everything that happens on earth is correlated with things in heaven. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I don't
I
know.
have a
So
question, Mr. Monk. Now, how do we prepare in that instance? Because I understand that you're saying that it's a spiritual war that we have to trust in God. Like, how do the people that trust in God, that is following His way, how do we prepare for the worldly things that are happening around us?
I mean, did we forget and stuff the power of God, of how He was able to separate the sea, and how He was able to feed Elijah meat from the birds, and how Israel needed food and He rained manna from the heavens and they ate the food of angels? I mean, are we so
I
quick to
didn't
forget
forget
and
that.
remind?
I'm just saying, like, being in this situation, being in this economy, it's kind of scary. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I understand that faith and that trust in God, but it's still like, how do we prepare? Because do we prepare with creating like stockpiles? Do we prepare by saving our money and watching how we spend? Like, how do we prepare?
All right. So this is what I suggest with that. Find people that this is going to be very difficult for some people, but if you are able to come together like with families and like kind of, I guess, form tribes per se, kind of like how it was before, form tribes and communities, like live together and stuff. That way you can cut down costs. So like if you have like two or three families together, instead of three different mortgage payments, now you have one payment. Instead of
Okay,
like,
so like more so like Proverbs was saying that put your money together and trust thy mother to be the leader. And it's basically that Proverbs way of living.
yes, yes, take it back to how it was with like basically Adam from the beginning and his family. Like build a community, kind of like Israel. build a community with people, and consolidate. Instead of like three families, shopping three different shopping lists, and now you have three incomes covering one shopping list, and you guys can eat together as like as a big community, and get to and help each other build. But I think that uh, the more community type uh, you know situation that you can build for yourselves would probably be the best way, because not only can you guys support each other monetarily, but you guys can also support each other as far as safety and security. You know what I mean? So
Right.
so that would be the way to go, is to do that. That way you can have a lot of people like using the buddy system in a I guess in a bigger way.
Okay, so Miss Glam, I think we on the right path because I think we had this
Mhm.
conversation about the barter system and start growing your own garden so you can start sharing with your neighbors and things like that.
Well, I was
Yeah.
actually I actually was saying this period as far as um you know that's another thing. They just passed the stimulus, so I guess everyone will be getting the stimulus. So that was that was the thing for me. I said, this $5,000, you know buy a big house. I mean, go rent out a big house or get a big, and break down these mortgages or these payments. So whoever owns a house, hey, if you got a niece, you got someone that's renting, hey, instead of you paying 1,700 a month, let's break these bills down. Because I really believe it's going to come to that. I really, really do. Because go back to people are losing their jobs. See, that's why I always said don't put no faith in man. Jobs are man. And we know that's always been some people's way of living, way of. And right now, it's really something because I know people, honey, my job, this and my job, and I always say that, it's good that God has, allowed us to have decent living, but we can't put all our faith in that.
You're absolutely right, because we have to remember that, let's say that they institute like a credit system, or like I guess a B system, to replace this failing dollar, which would make sense because they need a backup plan so that they don't lose control of the country and everyone goes in chaos.
Hmm.
So of course they're going to give us 5,000 of money that doesn't have any
Right.
value. Yeah, and then kind of keep us at bay. Oh, here you guys go. Here's 5 grand. But I'm saying that you just if they institute like a B system, right? And in order for you to tap into these, I guess, small sources of of food and all that, to be able to access that, you have to remember that
Hmm.
if you say no to it at first, and you're like, okay, you know what, I'm not going to do it because I read the Bible and everything like that, I'm not going to do it. But then after a couple weeks, your stomach starts to growl, the kids start to cry, it starts getting people getting hungry, you know what I mean? And so the testimonies start getting, really, really pushed to the limit, tested, and people will bow the knee and buckle and stuff and give in, you know what I mean, so that they can eat. But it's gonna be a very trying times. So just be ready,
You know
guys.
what?
I'm sure.
My apologies. You know what I see also? I see where people they're not. This sounds like something, back in the 1800s, and what do you mean, brown monk? This is 2025. We're not living in the Stone Ages. What do you mean the dollar amount? um what do you mean our money's no good? I'm going to Walmart right now and get some groceries. So how am I able to go to Walmart and get groceries with my money that's no good? What do you mean, Mr. Monk? See,
Yeah, well,
that's what I'm hearing.
yeah. Well, what I said earlier is what's giving our dollar value is our ignorance. Like the majority doesn't know the situation of the dollar. They just only see what Trump and everything is telling them. You know what I mean? So our
Mhm.
ignorance is giving, like I said, nobody, none of us are going to empty our accounts and just give money away because we know
Mhm.
that our money can still buy us groceries at Walmart. Our money can still buy like a value meal at a fast food place. Like it still allows us to buy things, but that's because of our ignorance because we don't know the real situation and dire situation of our dollar.
So what would you no and let me back up. I wasn't saying that. I was saying that this is what we're gonna start hearing. I got it the first time when you were here a couple days ago. What I'm saying is that trying to even explain this to two people, that's gonna be the remark. That's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, what you're gonna get back. So what do you suggest we do with our money that's in the bank?
Well, I think like you said, be able to store things, get things that will help you out, like flashlights and stuff like that. But try to get some seeds.
Mhm.
And like I said, if you're able to build a community, remember it's not a community where people are just sitting around. Like you really
Mhm.
have to organize
It's
your
a working
village.
community.
Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
working community. Work and assign people to like do a garden, assign other people like certain, give everybody responsibility so it's a working community
Mhm.
together. Yes. So
Like
buy
you
So if
seed.
plant,
I
I
may ask,
harvest.
mhm,
Go ahead.
mhm.
Sorry. Go
if
ahead.
if I may ask, what are you doing right now as far as preparation?
I walk with
Just
God. That's my
just
preparation.
just to give us some ideas, Okay.
I'm being for real. Like I know how crazy that sounds, but I don't have any money and I have all my needs met. God provides for me every single day. I walk with him and he provides for me. I'm okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you live on the grid? Off the grid, I mean.
I live on a farm and I raise beef cattle.
Okay.
I have a Wagyu and
Okay.
Angus. But I don't but it's not a big farm. I only have about
Okay.
30 head.
But that's a
And then
form of wealth. Like you saying, we need
Right.
yeah.
things that money
Exactly.
can't buy. That's a form of wealth.
Yeah, and so I do that, and then I have a friend that has a chicken farm, and then we barter, and I trade meat for eggs.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you can actually go buy like chickens for like pretty cheap, and they're low overhead. I mean, they make a mess, so like kind of put them in a way, but they're
Mhm.
pretty easy to raise, and they will make eggs for you. You can make chicken. You know what I mean? They're actually good
Mhm.
farm animals.
hmm And the plus part about it is it's fresh. It's not. It doesn't have all of the things that they actually give the animals. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't have like a 9 to 5 job or anything like that. I'm retired, and
Hmm
I just, like I said, I just work on my spirit, man, for real. Because even though I live on this farm could be overran by, let's say that we go into a riots, right? People can come over here and take all the cattle away from me, man. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like they will
Yeah.
come over, like if they're hungry, they will come over here and they will run through my farm like nothing. Like I'm just
Yeah.
one man. I can't protect myself from
Mhm.
like 20 dudes that are coming that are hungry. So
Mhm.
that's why I put my all my treasures in heaven because I can't count on this. This could go away tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
And
I
it's
don't
so
know why that
sad that.
scene from The Walking Dead came in my mind.
Yeah, yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, think of The Walking Dead. Like imagine like the whole city are hungry and then they see that I have cows. Like, dude, there's gonna be like 100 people over here trying to get them to eat them. How can I stop that? I can't stop like that many people,
Mhm. Right.
you know. And then if I try to fight them, then what's gonna happen is gonna be bad for me because they're gonna overrun me. I'm outnumbered. So, and not only that, but my fight's not with flesh and blood. My fight's with the
Right.
spiritual wickedness. Yeah, trying to destroy my soul. So, but if they wanted to come and take the farm and take the food, go ahead. Take it, eat it, do your thing, whatever. That's fine.
Okay. Well, I was just,
Anyway.
yeah, I was just curious of not to be, I wasn't being facetious in any kind of way. I was just because I know that you're serious, and I'm dead serious about preparation, and the storehouse, and um
Yeah.
just
So
like you said, flashlights. And I know we had a blackout in Michigan one time, and I had flashlight. My house was lit up, and people were like, "Your lights is on," and I was like, "No,
okay,
I have
do
candles. I have." Mhm.
yeah, do this. Do you guys remember Joseph in Egypt when he was put in charge and he interpreted that dream that there was a famine coming? You guys remember that? And so he was in
Wait a
charge of the
minute.
grain.
What did I say, Edge? Come on now,
Well,
confirmation. What did I
Yeah, this
say,
is
Edge?
only confirmation. Yeah. And
What did I
that's why
say?
I like talking to
well,
Brown Monk, because we have had these conversations already, and this is just confirmation that we're on the
I
right
said a
path.
famine was coming. I said a
yeah, so
famine was
Yeah.
there, so
coming.
there's a famine, but this famine is going to
Yes.
be different than any famine that's ever been in the history of the world. The reason why is because not only is there going to be a famine of food and water, but there's also going to be a famine of the word, because people will be separated, and then you will just have you and your family. So it'll be up to you and your family to maintain not only the physical sustenance and
Mm-hmm.
support for you, but the spiritual side too. Because ain't nobody gonna preach to each other in those days. Because everybody will be trying to survive too much on worldly things. So
Mm-hmm.
just so just like Joseph prepared for the famine, do the same. Do likewise. Start now and put stuff away in the storehouse for the days when it rains. You know what I mean? For those rainy days, and just set aside right now. Like start buying things and setting it aside for this famine
Mm-hmm.
that's coming.
And I got a phone call. I think that was me and Miss Heavenly that were talking. Miss Heavenly knows my story. Um, and it's something how God gave me Joseph. This was a while back, and with the Joseph, how they, the story of Joseph, how they sold Joseph, left him for dead, pretty much. And anyway, when God first gave me this story, I didn't receive it. I still, went over it and da 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 da, but I didn't receive it because I was going through, and I was by myself, and I wasn't receiving it. So God brought it back to me again, and then at that particular time, I knew that there was a famine coming. And God said that, they're going to come back to you. They're going to need you. So, but I need you to have your heart right. So I need you not to focus on what happened. I need you not to focus so much on, okay, what happened? Okay, I don't want to get too far into that. I need you to get your heart right. I need you to purge. And I said, wow. I said, okay, Lord. Now did it happen the first time? No, ma'am. Second time? No, ma'am. So I talked to my nephew, it was the day before yesterday, and it was some things were said, nice things. But the moral to the story is this, guys, is that God is preparing your hearts. If you in here, He's preparing your heart, because there's some purging that has to come out as far as the materialistical things. Your heart can't be there. Your heart has to take that shift, because you're going to have to share. And we know most of us don't like the sharing part. So he's purging us. You know what I'm saying? So when I got that phone call or that text, I was like, huh? And the text was so weird. And I'm going to tell you what happened. That scripture fell in my spirit about Joseph. About Joseph. Because at first, I was like, why is she texting me? You know? And then I responded and I said, are you okay? Okay. Now, going through what happened, the average person in their flesh would have been like, I don't care what you going through. You know, I went through da 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 da, and y'all that would have been the natural, the physical, that carnal mind. Okay, and I had to pause for a second, guys, and say, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" So he's right. We got to definitely work on our hearts. Get you a scripture and actually read about Joseph. Read that story because that's what's happening. I agree. And I know it because God gave it to me. So this is definitely confirmation for my spirit. It definitely is. Hey, New York. Oh, Miss Heavenly dropped. Lord.
Yeah,
But yeah, we can't
that's
go.
good to hear.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good to
yeah,
hear
yeah.
that, that you're saying that and stuff like that. I completely agree with you, as far as like preparing the heart. That's so important. I have a lot of things to say about that, about the preparing the heart and stuff, but I agree with you.
Yeah, well, he definitely. I just really feel that he is definitely, and it's funny, and it's not well, not funny, but it's like we think our heart is okay. We say, "Oh, but I'm a good person." Oh, but I'm this,
Amen.
but I'm that,
Amen.
baby, baby. It's still some stuff in your trunk because and you don't know. And this is something you don't know where your heart really is until it's tried in the fire. It's got to be tried. Then you will know where you at.
Can I share some thoughts on that?
Sure.
On the one? Okay. So my understanding is this: is that when Adam and Eve, when they fell out of the garden after they partook of the fruit, there was no churches, there was no preachers, there was no priest, there was no church, there was none of that. It was just Adam and Eve. That's it. You know what I mean? So God told them, hey, look, it's just you guys. So I'm going to show you guys how to worship and come back into my presence. Just using you. You don't need all this other stuff. I'm going to teach you the purest way to come back to me. And he said, look, your bodies were fashioned after the earth. Just like the earth is made of dust and water or land and sea, so are you. And I placed the place called Eden on earth. And I also placed a place called Eden in you. The Eden in you is your chest cavity that protects all those vital organs. And then God said, just like I put a garden here on earth, I put a garden also in you. I put it east of Eden. So if you look at your heart is a little off-centered to the east. And just like the garden here, I made 4 rivers flow from it. And in your heart, which is Eden, the garden, I also caused 4 rivers to flow. And these 4 rivers give your body life. These are the 4 valves of the heart, like the tricuspid and the aortic and the mitral. These are the things. But he said, inside your garden, I put in the midst of it, right in the middle of your heart, I placed the tree of life. And that's where I walked with you in there. But the thing is, I told you guys, don't go to the tree of good and evil, because if you go up there, you're going to forget me. And he told them that the tree of life of good, or the tree of good and evil, is your mind. So remember, the tree of life is your heart. The tree of good and evil is your mind. He said, if you go up there to the mind and take it, you're going to become high-minded. And you're going to forget about being lowly of heart, because the heart is low and the high is mind. And then when they went and took the tree, their eyes were open and they said, oh man, I can think for myself. I don't need God. I can make my own choices. And so they forgot about the garden. And the garden started to, the grass started to be overgrown. The bushes and the weeds and stuff started to show. And the holy place within you that was once full of power and wisdom became a thing of past, became forgotten to man over the years. And so there was a big separation between mind and heart. And then Moses came along and tried to lead them not only out of captivity in the real world, but he tried to lead them out of the captivity of the mind and lead them through the wilderness of the promised land of the heart. But see, there's one body part in the body that combines the heart and mind and brings them back together, and that's the eye. That's why Jesus says, "Fill your eye with light." So it's actually your inner eye or your mind's eye that can take you into the garden of your heart and here where you can walk with God when you pray. This is where, because remember, God, yeah, so go into the garden of your heart and take a holy walk with God and talk with Him. Tell Him about these things that are coming up. Use your mind's eye. This is where your vision is. Envision yourself walking in the garden with God. Let Him put His hand around His arm around you, around your shoulders. You walk and talk to Him and tell Him exactly what's going on, what you need. That way, when you bring salvation to the mind to bring it low, and you exalt your heart to God to bring it high, those two things meet in the middle and they become one. And then you become one. So fill your vessel up with light because you are God's temple. When He said, "Stand ye in holy places," He was talking about your spirit and where your spirit stands. Your spirit stands inside your tabernacle, your temple. So purify your temple. And if you do that, God says, "I will come and dwell in my holy house." He's talking about you. He can make it His abode with you, and you can abide with Him, and you can become one. So please walk with God. Use your mind's eye. Envision yourself. Take yourself to a holier place. Increase your worship. So those are just some of the things I would like to share about the heart. Thank you.
Amen to that.
Amen. Well,
Amen
thank
to
you,
that.
Dan. Amen. You want to say something, Miss Heavenly? We the people? Is that we the people back up there? Yes. Hey, hey.
Yes. No, I was just saying I like what he said. That's all. Just saying amen to that. That's all.
Yes, yes, yes. We the people. I'm so glad that you decided, to be, to come over. I met him on another panel, and I was just sharing some things, with him. And he came over here a couple of days ago, and was sharing some things about the planes, as far as what's been, his concept of what's been going on with the planes. So did you come up with anything else? I know you was gonna look at some
Yeah,
stuff. It's not,
I do know. We can say that the radiation field has been, uh, uh, getting safer and safer over the years. This year has been a little crazy. I couldn't find any specific data on the amount and quantities of aircraft accidents and mishaps in the prior years, but apparently it's been a steady, consistent rate of safety actually. So it's actually less and less and less and less. So ain't no telling what it used to be. But I know it does seem like a lot right now. It does.
it
I know
does.
because of the way
It does.
information travels. Yeah, the way information travels, I can show you probably 400 mishaps. I mean, maybe I could probably show you 100 mishaps right now. You know what I mean? If we combine all the things that are going on around the world and flying right this
Right.
second. I remember I was on the naval base. When I was in naval aviation. When something happened, I don't think it ever got reported. I had to go pick up a plane off the
Right.
mountain one time. I had a pilot ran into the mountain. I had to go pick him
Right.
up and the
Okay.
pilot plane up. But I don't think there's any kind of conspiracy or anything like that going on. I don't think there's any kind of plot to get us scared to fly, because flying's a lot of money. So I don't think there's a
Okay.
plot like that.
Okay. Well, as usual, thank you so much. He was a aviation, so he worked. This was his field. He's retired now, so he really shared some information. He doesn't think it's like he said it's a conspiracy to get us not to fly or any of the above. It's just, I guess, it's just right now. But there's a scripture in Ezekiel, I believe, where it talks about the planes. I said I was going to look that up. Um, so excuse me. I might come back later today with that scripture. Because I'm going to be getting off. I'm here pretty, soon. Also, guys, I'm going to be setting like a start time and a end time. I know usually my live we just go, okay. But the young lady that records. Bless her heart, she records, okay, and records. But I definitely want to. We're gonna have a cutoff, okay? So we're gonna go from um maybe an hour and a half at the most. Okay, then we're gonna kind of stop right there, and then we'll pick it up the next day, pretty much. Okay, now today we only had appetizers. I didn't give like a main topic, a main course of meat is what I call it. What's that? Sorry, I took up. Oh no. This has been going on. I've been kind of throwing this out there that March 1st is going to be, the show is going to take a turn. So yeah, I have kind of been throwing it out there. So no, it's not true. I definitely enjoy you, and like I said, and I want to say this right quick that God speaks through people in the Bible and prayer. Okay, so this was confirmation for me. No one knows, no one knew about me and the book of Joseph. How that book. I mean, how that parable really sits with me. Okay, no one knew about what Miss Heavenly does. Okay, as far as that journey. Okay, no one knew but God, because that's who I went to. And God allowed me to know there's a famine coming, and this famine is going to be a famine. You know what I'm saying? And that they're going to need you. You know, and we think that, like he said, that is my house, my car. No, they're going to need a word. They're going to need something to sustain them. Because see, so many people depend and their goods, their house, their car, their money. That's their treasure. That is their treasure. And so now it is going to be put to the test. And some people don't have that, unfortunately, some people, they say they got faith. I'm going to stand on God's word, and I'm going to stand, and I'm going to stand. But guess what? Until you are tried in the fire, you don't know where you are. So God is sending out little testers, guys. Don't ignore anything that's happening right now. Do not ignore it. Take heed to it. Embrace it, because he's trying to prepare you. Don't try to fix it, because if you try to fix it, that's who's trying to fix it. You trying to fix it. If God doesn't fix it, don't fix it. That's the best way I can put it. Let it be, because this is a spiritual. He wants to sustain you, and fast. I'm telling you guys, go on a fast to bring your spirit man higher, that it be stronger. Some people, just can't turn down the plate. You got to eat everything. And that's not how God would even have us. You know what I'm saying? We're to eat light and more of the word.
They say you starve your body to feed your soul.
Yes. Go ahead. Read the people. If you got something you want to throw in there,
No, I was just saying that yes, you do starve the body to feed the soul, and what you're saying is absolutely right. We do have to, and that's why my thing, my feelings right now is I see that when it comes to us just being people nowadays, I see a lot of hostility. You know what I mean? Usually it's usually the hostility is a general thing in the air. So in other words, a person starts hostility, not necessarily directed to a person, but they may say, "Oh, look at the way this thing is going," and it may it may be a little slanted. It may be a something that you may not understand fully, and it turns into some crazy argument, like like it really bothers you. And we're using a lot of the a lot of stuff that we're attaching to is like classical divisional tactics. You know what I mean? Use certain things that are just it's just what they do, what a group would do or a agenda would do to help. First, in order to get your agenda in places, the first thing you need to do is divide. If you don't divide, it's hard to conquer, right? If everybody's everybody together, it makes it very easy.
It makes it very hard. But if you could divide, it makes it easy to conquer. So if you look at the way the U.S. is running right now, the way we are treating each other as people right now, you can see a lot of people maybe start to become conquered. And who's doing the conquering right now? To me, it looks like it's money, wealth, and men looking like they think they can tell you what to do, thinking that they know a better way for you to live, thinking that you may not know how to do things. They may have, they may have, you need to live this way. You need to work that way. This is the better standard of work. Work your ass deaf, and that's the best way to work. And then you got a whole bunch of other people say, yeah, you should get a job. Yeah, I work. Yeah, look what I do. Look what I do. Look what I do. And I'm thinking, so you mean to tell me you got this big giant company, and this guy comes in and sweeps your floor every day, dumps your trash, and cleans your toilets. He ain't worth a damn. He's worth minimum wage, picking up your shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else in your company doing it. So you mean the guy who sits in the clean desk, sits in the same spot for 8 hours, punching keys on the keyboard. He's worth 100,000. You know what I mean? And then that dude that's sweeping the floors and taking out the trash and doing the toilet, somebody walk right in here, you might want to work on a better job. Motherfucker, you look at him and say, who's gonna pick up your shit? You know what I'm saying? So we don't appreciate people for who they are. We try to make them worth something instead of saying this is who they are. You know what I mean? So we gotta, I just think I see that a lot of conversations. Even if you look at social media posts, you can see quick attacks. You watch, if you read 10, it won't be 10 good ones in a row. You read 5, it won't be 5 positive things in a row. You'll see, in general, you'll see 5, and then somebody say something extremely hateful. You know what I'm saying? Which is amazing to me. You know what I mean? That we have that kind of thought and theory. But forums like yours, Glamour, will help things out. You know what I mean? Looking for that positive
Well,
and
that's
having people
good.
talk.
That's
You know
good.
what I mean?
That it's good, and these type of conversations, are not popular to some people. They're
Right.
not popular. They want to go and hear about, the drama. I think someone used the analogy about Jerry Springer, 35
Yeah, that
years,
was me.
33,
Yeah, that was
that
me.
was you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and
Yeah.
my dad loved Jerry Springer. Oh
That's
my
crazy, right?
God. I think he had his clock set for each time it came on. If it came on 10 times a day, he wanted to watch it 10 times a day. That was his entertainment. I couldn't stand Jerry
Right.
Springer. I was like, I don't see how y'all
I
watch
know.
this foolishness. But
Yeah, that's what people did. Isn't
I
that
like
crazy?
I used to like The Price is Right with Bob Barker. But once Bob
Right.
Barker was no longer doing The Price is Right, I didn't care for it. I liked Bob Barker.
Right.
So each to its own. But this conversation
Right.
and these type of platforms are so needed right now because this is what's going to sustain you. A good fast. Like I'm going to do me a smoothie this morning. I'm not a big meat eater anyway. So meat is definitely not an issue for me. And God took me off meat. The Lord took me off meat. And said, I'm your meat. I am your meat. And I don't even crave it, well, I take that back. I take that back. I take that back. I take that back. I was in the store the other day and out the blue, I wanted some ribs. Some ribs. I haven't had ribs in, it's been a while, a while. And I came home and I don't know, it just left. Maybe because I was in the market and then I said, am I hungry? So I started thinking of all this different stuff. But
Hey,
anyway, so
you was reminiscing. You was reminiscing about them days, them rib barbecue days.
okay, maybe so. Because I was like, oh, a good rib would be good right now. And maybe because of the weather, the weather might have
Yeah.
played a part because it was nice outside, but I came home and ate a salad, guy. I came home and ate a salad. Then later that day, I ended up having some soup broth, And when I say
Right.
salad, it was just my lettuce, my tomatoes. I think I didn't have any cucumbers, but that was it. And I just ate that, and I didn't notice that. And God will put you on a fast. Do y'all agree with that?
Right.
That God will put you on a
Yep.
fast. It says the original.
Yeah, he was talking about the original meat was to see,
Yes.
fruit with seed. So I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
what he just said was true to a certain extent. What he's saying is true. But I'd like to elaborate on his statement on original fruit is the original what do you say? The original meat was fruit with its own seeds within, right? And that's because seeds and nuts usually carry protein. But sometimes we have a tendency, I always use that terminology, different time, different pressure, different time, different pressure. So sometimes, when we think about that term, different time, different pressure, I say that because some people don't realize, how you would really act with that pressure really on you. You could talk about it. You could talk about it. Oh, I'll do 1,000 push-ups till you got to do 1,000 push-ups. You could talk about it. I want a mansion until you got that mansion. You got to keep it clean. You know what I mean? So you don't really know until that pressure's on you, right? So I just believe that there was a time in life that mankind and God gave us this planet, he gave us this world, we have dominion over all, every element that you learned about in school, we have bent to take care of us like you wouldn't believe. Every element created the TV, the cars, the fence, the rubber tires, the toys you play with, everything you see right there. The big O we watch, and we use those elements of this earth, bent those things of this earth to do it to fulfill our will. So we have dominion over all. We can make things happen. How true is it? Look at how we live in the day. So we do have choices, right? So what I mean by different times, different pressure is that, you got to imagine there was a time when man was exploring, he ended up in a land that was cold. He was like, damn, this shit cold. And now he come in there, he got less skin, he got a big nose, you know what I mean? Got some color. And that cold weather is just wearing him out. He notices because of the cold weather and his big nose, that air rushes into his lungs and gets his lungs real cold, real fast. Makes it harder for him to handle that area. He notices having this clear skin, you know what I mean? This smooth skin, he gets cold real fast. What are them animals out there? Why they all furry up there, not me? You know what I'm saying? So as God sees fit, as we develop, we learn, he makes sure that we are appropriately prepared to deal with that type of land. And so we get hairy, we become lighter. If you put your finger under a Band-Aid and hold it there for a long time, you notice that finger will get lighter, right? So we get lighter, you know what I mean? We get hairier. Our nose gets thinner because we need the air to warm before it reaches your lungs. Otherwise, you'll freeze. So your nose gets thinner. And you know what else you learn? Because the earth dies, you learn that you need to store and hunt. So when you hunt, when you slaughter an animal, you usually pray and say, thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to eat throughout the winter. Because you got that meat, you had to save it. And not only that, you say, God, thank you for this animal providing me clothing. Mm-hmm. So you use that animal totally. You didn't just kill it and say, I'm just going to take the horns and put them on my mantle or carve some shit out of it and put it on my desk. You see what I'm saying? And you just didn't cut it and say, I'm just going to take the hide and let the meat sit let the meat sit out there. You know what I'm saying? So you as a human being, you understand that this is God's world. You understand you need to respect and you have dominion over all. You learn to hunt and store and you learn to do those kind of things. The problem with that particular type of lifestyle is that if you're lazy, you may die. Right? So then you start to find that your neighbors may become a little hostile because they didn't go out and hunt and do what they needed to do, blah, blah, blah. And now they think they're going to come take your shit and you're going to take care of your family. So not only that, now you got a little hostile situation. So now you end up being those kind of people. And we see that a lot of those people, we call them, those, we got, what they call them, Vikings and Neanderthals, whatever you call them. These are people who, may have had a totally different type of survival technique. You know what I mean? They may have been a little bit more harder than that person that comes from a place where you walking down in sunshine all the time. And whenever you want to eat, you just grabbed it off a tree. Whenever you want to do something, you just grabbed it. So now I end up moving to a place that it dies every so often, comes back to life. But it dies every so often. I got to figure out how to live throughout. When it dies, I can't die. So I don't want to die when the earth dies. So what I learned how to do is store. I learned how to hunt. My body starts to change. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it takes to live in that part of earth. Because God is good. God is real. God is not hocus pocus. Nor when people say, "Do you see God?" I say, "Open your eyes." What you mean? When they say, "Kingdom come, thy will be done," that's when you realize God ain't left you. Why do we say when God comes? What you think He left? We think he on vacation for all these years.
Yeah, He's here.
Doesn't make sense, right? You're here right now, all day, every day. The problem is we're not looking for Him like we should. Once you understand He's here, then we have our kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Why? Because it is here. It's within us. It's within you. If I meet you and slap the shit out of you, I can meet you and we can sit down and have a great meal and talk about how good our life is. We got choices. Then when we die, we die with a smile.
Right.
You understand
All
what I'm
right.
saying?
Well, on that note, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Oh no. I was listening. I thought you were. I thought you was finished. That's okay. Yeah.
No, I
Because I'm
was
going to be.
just saying, I think that we got to look for that silver lining. We have to be. I was on another panel, Juicy Sensation, and they have like a little positive panel.
Oh yeah.
Going on. And
I know Juicy.
so you know Juicy. So
Sensation.
yeah. So the thing is, yeah, we had a little thing that we had to compliment at least 3 or 4 people a day, because everybody knows how they feel when they get complimented by somebody, a stranger, or someone say, "Oh, man, that looks nice on you." And you see how you feel about that. So when I was on a panel, I said, can you imagine if 1 out of 4 people just did that? Can you imagine how that would take off? And so then we came up with the idea, maybe we should, everybody on the panel would compliment at least, 4 people a day. So I like that. Idea. Or at least give out 4 compliments. Give out at least 4 compliments to a stranger a day. That means you're looking for a reason to look for something good in the person instead of looking for a fucked up reason. Like we have a tendency to do.
That.
You know what I mean? We have a tendency to do that. Right.
All right. So remember, tomorrow is the blackout day. Everyone that is going to participate.
Oh, I got a
remember
flyer
tomorrow.
too for you.
Oh, you do? Oh, great.
Quick,
yeah.
Well, you know what? No, what happened was I was flipping through Instagram, and Instagram they had a whole bunch of blackout flyers. I was trying to. I think I saved one. Let me see.
Yes. So we're going to actually start that blackout tomorrow, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I'm a little excited too.
Yes. So actually, we're not buying anything. Hey, the legendary. I'm going to actually. I think we said we're going to post some videos. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, so guys, let's participate. I think Lovely was saying she's going to be sharing it, sharing that we're going to be blacking out. So if you do buy something, please try to buy it from, the prices may be a little bit higher. It may be, okay, because you got to remember that, we are in competition. So we, sometimes we can't afford to buy in big quantities like other big manufacturers can do. So we have to, to try to make a profit or a little profit or to just break even. Yeah, our prices might be a little bit higher. Hey, legendary one. Yeah, so
You're right. Mute myself. I'm gonna mute myself because I like to say amen while people talk.